Hello. Today's topic for UK construction and real estate is data center real estate. So this maybe is you maybe you will think this is a niche market, but in fact, data center not only in the UK, data center become a mainstream real estate. So the latest um, the third ranking REITs in the UK, London Metric, the founder, the leader, the CEO of the company, they said publicly. So data center and other this real estate type have become their main focus. So data center is no longer is a small niche market. It's become bigger and bigger. So we will have a little bit close look at how this sector has defined, how this sector has been developing over the years, and some issues with this data center real estate. First, let's use some information. So the investment activities. So here the first two are the activities by Blackstone, so the world's biggest real estate fund. Blackstone has, so here we say one and two, has completed the purchase of a site which in the north of Britain to build data center. But also Blackstone with other parties, they want to build another data center. So this means that the biggest real estate fund in the world has really doing something big for this sector. Another example is another investor is Capital Land. Capital Land is a Singapore-based REIT, and this company has just they finished the purchase of this data center facility, and this facility is in London, and this facility is called the co-location data center. So we will talk about this in a little bit more details. Co-location data center. This is, I think, is a quite important name for data center real estate. So we need to just explain a little bit more about this co-location data center. Also, another information is UK has become Europe's largest co-location data center. I think should be the world largest co-location, the biggest co-location center, and the data center clearly are in US, and we will know why it is in the USA. So this purchase also represent this kind of UK's UK real estate industry's interest in this type of real estate. And this 80% of the data center is around London. And later we will talk about why London, this one of the biggest financial centers in the world, has tracked this kind of the building, the construction, the investment of data center. There are reasons, good reason for this. So these are the activities. So it means they are quite active active movements in this sector. Now we look at this sector, how we can say data center real estate is not just a niche small market. It becomes bigger and bigger, grow faster and faster. So what data center is, data center real estate is defined. So how we can put this into a type of real estate as a class of real estate. So we need to define it. We need to have a clear definition of this. So I think a data center is not a very abstract name. So clearly it's related with data. And this data is related with not all type of data is related um, with computer, with IT, with internet. So this kind of a revolution in internet increase huge amount of data, and data center is used for this kind of service data. So a data center is a highly specialized facility. So a data center real estate is also a specialized real estate. And this real estate is um, is used to store servers, storage device, switches, routers, fiber optic transmission equipment. So you can see all related with internet, all related with IT. So this is the specialized facility. So this kind of facility produce specialized real estate. Also, so you can compare this data center with another type of property, which is warehouse. Warehouse in the past, maybe 20 years ago, warehouse was just a small part of real estate world and neglected. Not many people know it, many people interested in it. But now the biggest um, industrial warehouse REIT is the biggest real estate in the UK. This is not the case. I don't think it's the case in US, but this is definitely the case in the UK. So for over 50 REITs in the UK REITs market, Seagull become the biggest. The value of this market is more than double the second and the third, the traditional real estate company, like Land Security British Land. So you can see this kind of a growth for warehouse, for industrial property, produce the biggest real estate company in the UK. So I think the data center real estate could also have the same impact on UK real estate markets. Data center is operated with very few human workers. So not many people are needed for operating data center. So not many facilities or amenities need to be considered for data center real estate. This is different from other types of real estate. But data center needs a lot of electricity, needs a lot of power. So the power supply will become the most important consideration for building, for developing, for investing data center real estate. So the top requirement for this type, and the size of data center is even expressed in power capacity rather than in square foot. So you can see traditionally when we talk about the size of real estate, we talk about the square footage, how big the area is, the land is, the floor is. But now for data center, power capacity become a symbol, become a most important element in this class of real estate. So this is a very clear indication of the difference between data center real estate and the other types of real estate. So the electricity plays such a big role in determining the center, in determining the scale, in determining the development of this center. So this is data center real estate. And we do a little bit more, look at it a little bit deeper into this type of real estate. So tenant. What kind of tenants this data center will attract? So here we talk about data center. So data center, nowadays every business, they need to use internet. They need to use IT equipment. And the internet, IT equipment, they are related with data. And all these data need to be put somewhere, need to be transmitted somewhere, need to be properly managed somewhere. And this somewhere is data center real estate. But this also means almost all business, they become a customer of data center real estate. So for data center real estate developer and investor, it seems like the demand is very strong, is always there, is huge, is increasing. And this is very critical for the development of data center real estate because the users, the space users, the facility users are just there. So we compare with, if we compare, just quickly compare with office, we know office now become the sick type of assets in real estate world because office cannot attract enough demands, customers. On contrary, so you can see data center, they can attract, they have the ability, they have the potential to attract a lot of customers and more customers. So this is very, very, I think, very, very critical for the success of this data center real estate because the demand sides are just there. They are growing. And a very wide range of business need this kind of a data center real estate space. So this is the most important feature of real estate when we talk about data center real estate. In economics terms, the demand side are very certain, are very reliable, are growing. So this provides strong support for this sector, for data center real estate. Some larger users, such as Amazon, Microsoft, Google, Facebook, these are the social media, these are the internet-based company. So they do internet IT business. So they need a lot of data center real estate. And compare with, just in a minute, we'll talk about correlation. So you can see they do not need correlating because it's too big. So they build their own data center. Data center location. So location. This is some golden principle in real estate. This golden principle is also applicable in data center real estate location. So when we talk about location, we talk about the value of real estate. Good location attracts good customers, increase the value, maintain and increase the value of real estate. Data center real estate, the same. Although not exactly the same location, geographically the same location, but we are also talking about location. So location is important. So how location is used in data center real estate. It is important, the same, but how different for data center real estate location and other real estate location. So here we talk about this kind of a location should have reliable and affordable power supply. So a location with good power supply will be a good location for data center real estate. So now, once again, we emphasize the importance of electricity supply for data center real estate, because data center consumes huge amount of power, electricity. So that's why the reliable and not only reliable, affordable, because they use so much electricity. So if the cost is high, data center real estate will not be attractive. So reliable and affordable power supply will become the key element in deciding real estate, in deciding data center real estate location. Another factor is called connectivity. So connect to other data center real estate, and more importantly, to connect to the user, to connect to the demand side. And many demand sides are concentrated in big city. So big city also become a location for data center real estate. So that's why London, New York become most important real estate in the world, in data center real estate in the world. This is the reason, because they are big cities, big business, and a big consumer of data, and then they need a lot of data center real estate. So this is the data center location. So you can see this kind of power supply, connectivity are some outstanding elements in deciding location of data center, but other factors also will have impact. So here we say natural disaster, weather, utility cost, these other things. But the most important elements are power supply and connectivity. So this is data center location. Data center co-location. So we talk about this. London is one of the Europe's biggest co-location. So what is co-location? Data center. So here we say also, here we talk about co-location, also could be called co-lo. Is something like this. So if a developer develop a data center, there are a lot of equipment, a lot of facilities in this data center. So physical data center, like a room, yeah, a lot of rooms in a center, and each room has many these facilities, these equipment, these cables, yeah, a lot of things. So developer build this, but demand side need to use this facility, needs the space, needs this equipment. And this demand side, these consumers and developers, landlord are not meeting directly. So they meet they through a middleman, a broker. So here we talk about is called a group that will sign a direct master lease with the landlord, with the developer. And this group will sublet these facilities, these things to real users. So this, you can see this data center real estate shows some three parties: developer, this wholesaler, the group, and also the user, the end user. And if this is the model, so this is called co-location. So this means between developer, the supplier, and the demand side, there's a middleman, there's a wholesaler. So this wholesaler will rent all these facilities, this space, as one group, as a few groups. And then this wholesaler will sublease the detail, the individual small ones to the end user. So these small end users, they put all their data, their server, their cables, their equipment in this data center. So in this data center, there are a lot of end users, small users. They put all this data in this data center. This is called co-location. And in many cases, data real estate are co-location data center. This is a very popular model in data center real estate. So this is, so I hope I explain this co-location clearly, so we know what co-location means in data center. This is quite something like a very special name in data center. The last thing we talk about some growth, so the prospect of growth. Data center has a very bright future, because we more rely on digital things. So we are more like in a real world, physical world, and a virtual, digitalized world. And this digitalized world provide a very strong support for growth of real estate, especially after the pandemic. People work at home, people work remotely, connect remotely. So this kind of a growth is quite sure, quite certain. So data center real estate, to my view, it has a good future. But there are some issues here. We talk about 3 issues. Not necessarily negative issues, but some just considerations. First is water consumption. So not only a lot of electricity is needed for data center, water also needed, mainly to cool the IT equipment, because IT equipment produce a lot of heat, so it need to be cooled down, and also to humidify the center, the room, the space. So the center need to maintain certain level of moisture. Another issue is called obsolescence. So it become older and older. So just like current office. So many in London, at least one third of office will become obsolete in very short period of time, in a few years. Data center also face such a challenge, obsolescence, because IT equipment improve, this kind of new technology improve so quickly. So IT center, this equipment, this facility, this space could become obsolescent in few years' time. So that's why we need to be aware of this kind of because obsolescence will lead to a lower value. So it will reduce the value of this real estate, and value is such an important issue for investor developer. So this is obsolescence. The third issue here we talk about is how to define which assets can be allocated or be considered for data center. Is it real estate or it's infrastructure? There's no clear answer for it's real estate or it's totally infrastructure. So many people just think it's a mixture. But my opinion is a data center, I think, is more like a real estate, because clearly it has a demand and a supply side. Infrastructure does not show clear demand and supply. So one article said very, very, I think very, very good. If you build one road, you cannot build another road quickly, because one road could be enough for traffic. So there's no need for another road. But for real estate, if more people need real estate or this data center, they can build more. If demand is reducing, data center also could leave market. So this, in my view, could be more like a real estate. Here we talk about how to define real estate, the class of assets for data center, because the classification of asset class will lead to funding. This is particularly relevant for investment because investment they need to follow guideline, follow policy. So what kind of asset class will determine how development is made. So that's why this is the issue. Thank you.